An integralist would argue that the church and state should be separate, whilst the church should provide moral leadership for the state to avoid immoral laws and promote compassion in an otherwise sterile environment. The aim is to avoid state overreach, which can happen when the state makes decisions without a moral compass. Unfortunately, there have been a couple of cases this week that have broken my heart, and I wanted to share them with you as a matter of warning. In Canada, there is what I would describe as evil doctor-assisted suicide and euthanasia. One can assume that this comes from a perspective that people should be able to end their suffering. It is undoubtedly well-intentioned. However, without a clear moral compass defined in absolute values, I think life becomes abstract and the value of a person can be expressed mathematically and without empathy. For example, this week we heard reports of a former Paralympian, a retired Canadian corporal who struggles to get up and down her stairs. She explained how she had to climb the stairs on her bum, pulling the wheelchair along with her. She says Canadian Veteran Support told her, "If things are hard, you know we can assist you with the aid to die." But Veteran Support says there's no proof of the conversation ever happening. The Christian case would be that all human life is sacred and that we must do all we can to support people in their suffering and let them know that they are not alone in their suffering. In my view, to offer to end someone's life as an alternative is just callous. It's an empty morality, and I would say it's quite wicked. Since implementing medical assistance in dying, Canada is now euthanizing 10,000 of its citizens every year. That's 10,000 people every year who I believe should have been shown love instead of an empty, pragmatic, utilitarian approach to human life. In New Zealand, we hear this week of a baby in need of an operation. His parents expressed concern about the potential health implications of blood contaminated with mRNA through the COVID jab. And doctors and the New Zealand government took guardianship of the baby and went through with a blood transfusion with vaccinated blood, against the parents' wishes. In my opinion, Jacinda Ardern has essentially taken away the parents' rights and responsibilities for a political agenda. It's a very slippery slope to totalitarianism when children belong to the state and parents are removed from their caregiving responsibilities. Let this be a warning to us. We cannot let this happen here in the UK. I think the church needs to get its act together and to provide a moral compass to the state. Otherwise, what's the point in having a Lord's spiritual? It seems to me the bishops in the House of Lords are currently more interested in declaring the government's immigration policies inhumane than they are in protecting the sanctity of life.